Welcome to this week's edition of the Weightlifting Platform, where our sport is all the hard work that all the other sports dread, but they know they need to do it to get better. The Weightlifting Platform is brought to you by the Panamerican Weightlifting Federation. I'm your host, Richard Mason. On this week's show, we'll sit down with the organizers of the Asian Championships. Uzbekistan is lifting way past its weight in organizing one of the first worldwide online meets. This meet, the Asians, and also stepping up to welcome the world's best juniors. For our tip of the week, how preparation and routine can contribute to your mental pathway to success. And our regular feature, good to know, the Weightlifting Hall of Fame. But first, here are the headlines. World records are falling as Asia's best weightlifters are gathered in Tashkent, Uzbekistan. As the competition continues this week, the Asian Championships for 2020, Kuo Sin Chuan and the other athletes are showing they are Tokyo ready. Kuo took all 3 gold medals and set world records in the snatch and the total in the women's 59 kilo category. In the men's 67, it was China's Chen and Wang taking golds, then silvers, trading them back and forth between the snatch and the clean and jerk. But it was Uzbekistan's Abkhamjan Ergashev that had the home crowd cheering for his bronze performance. In the early days here, China is dominating with 6 of the 9 medals in the first night, and India, Indonesia, Saudi Arabia, Japan, Turkmenistan, Kazakhstan, Philippines, and Sri Lanka have also found their way onto the podium. Lifting wraps up April 26th. Meanwhile, in Santo Domingo, Dominican Republic, athletes from Panamerica are testing themselves as the Continental Championship happens there. Lifting is still in the very early stages. There are athletes participating from Pan-American superpowers like Colombia, Brazil, Venezuela, USA, and Canada. But smaller weightlifting nations like Haiti and Jamaica are also on the start list. That competition runs until the 25th of this month. The Court of Arbitration in Sport has issued a ruling in favor of the International Weightlifting Federation. The Thai Weightlifting Association had appealed to the highest sport court in the world on behalf of the members of their national team that can't compete because of a blanket ban after a slew of positive tests in the fall of 2018 internationally and over a dozen positive out-of-competition tests in Thailand. The appeal of a previous ruling has been mostly upheld. The Thai Federation will pay a $200,000 fine. Non-sanctioned Thai athletes will be able to participate again, depending on their age, starting already or in June. And no Thai athlete will be lifting at the Tokyo Olympics. Thai officials can't hold IWF positions before April 2022. The ruling in its entirety is available on the IWF and the Court for Arbitration in Sport websites. Those are today's headlines. Now, good to know. It's good to know that back in January 1992, the International Weightlifting Federation founded its Hall of Fame. French journalist and former president of the IWF Press Commission and the AIPS, Alain Lunzenfichter, started the project. Each year, up to 10 people can be inducted in categories athlete, coach, official, journalist, or sponsor. And that is good to know. Now, time to talk. It's not often that you get a chance to sit down with one athlete with 6 senior world championships. But the Chinese Weightlifting Federation has generously provided us a second athlete who also has 5 senior world championships. Welcome to our 2 Olympians, the Olympic champions Deng Wei and Lu Xiaojun. First, let me ask, how did you first get involved in weightlifting?
能采访参加过6届世锦赛的一名运动员已经很难得了，但中国举重协会慷慨地为我们提供了还能同时采访参加过5次世锦赛运动员的机会。那么我们欢迎奥运冠军、世锦赛冠军邓威和吕小军。那么首先请告诉我，那你们2个为什么开始练举重呢？
我为什么练举重？
为什么开始练举重？
偶然的一个机会吧。 可能是选择当时的一个，主要是为了一个身体条件嘛，知道吗？可能对于小时候可能身体不好啊，可能是选择体育的方面嘛，就是强身健体吧，可能这样的一个出发点，就是，刚开始练田径，后来在一个偶然的机会跨入到了，那个举重，啊。
How did you first get involved with weightlifting? Same question. Oh, certainly. My apologies. I'm not used to this.
So actually, it is accidentally I came into weightlifting. When I was a kid, I'm not that healthy enough, and that is why I would like to prefer to practice some sport to make myself healthy and fit. And at the very beginning, actually, I practiced athletics. And then accidentally, I came into weightlifting.
Okay. Same question.
我也是因为一次偶然的机会就接触到举重，但是我继续练举重下去呢，其实就是一开始好玩。
Actually, for me, also accidentally, I know weightlifting, and then I begin to practice weightlifting because it is fun, it is interesting.
Okay. Lou, for you, you've been competing internationally for almost 2 decades, 20 years. But back in 2004, you were 69 kilograms, and you won your first world title at juniors. When you went there, did you expect to win?
小军，你已经参加国际比赛接近20年了，但早在2004年那个时候，你还是69公斤级，你赢得了你的第一个世青赛的冠军。那当时你有没有料到你自己会赢得冠军呢？
可能从刚开始练举重吧，可能是当时想的就是，不管是全国冠军，还是亚洲冠军，还是世界冠军，这些都想过，乃至奥运会冠军也都想过。可能我还是得一步一步来吧，因为可能是相对说，自从踏入这个举重，就是自己也有一个崇拜的一个对象，好比张学刚一样，知道吗？所以说也是有这个梦想才能，就是说这个世锦赛冠军还是不管是世锦赛冠军，这样是一步一步，在梦想当中实现吧。
Actually, at the very beginning, when I began to practice weightlifting, I'm thinking of and dreamed of to become the champion inside China, in Asia, in the world, or even in the Olympic Games. However, I know this shall be realized step by step. And at the same time, I have my weightlifting role model, Mr. Zhan Xugang. So that is why, with this dream, I step by step to realize my dream.
Perfect. Now, Wei, you started out as a youth age lifter, internationally at least, including Youth Olympic Gold, Youth and World Junior Championships. Now, you won every event. But in Worlds in 2013, you tied for the lead in the snatch, and then tell me about the clean and jerk. What happened?
阿威，你在国际赛场首先是参加的是少年赛，那你获得过青奥会的金牌、世界少年赛和世界青年举重锦标赛的金牌。那么，请你告诉我，2013年的世锦赛，当时在抓举中你与对手并列领先，但是然后挺举却是没有成绩。那可以告诉我们当时发生了什么事儿吗？
当时我是打的58吧，因为需要降体重，然后比赛当天的身体又不太舒服，所以挺举就没成绩了。
That was in 2013, and if I remember it right, I was 58 kilograms body weight category at that time, and because of losing weight before the competition, and also at the same during the competition that I didn't feel really comfortable, and that is why I got no result in clean and jerk.
Perfect. Thank you. Now back to you, Lou. At the Asian Championships in 2008, you were second to Lu Qianglang. Lu Shanglang.
Liu Shangliang. But it was Li Hongli who went to the Olympics. Did you want to compete you were still young, you're still early in your career, but did you want to compete at the Olympics in your home in China?
小军在08年的亚洲锦标赛上，你排在队友卢长亮的后面，位居第2。但是后来呢，是李红利参加的北京奥运会，那你没能在家门口参加举办的这个北京奥运会。那时候你还年轻，那没能参加北京奥运会，在咱们家门口参加北京奥运会，你有没有感到过困扰？
很困扰，很烦恼，因为可能想着说还是因为自己还是比较年轻吧，可能在或者是04、05、06、07这段时间，肯定自己还是处于一个年轻的心态，比较好争吧，好斗，可能说产生了一些伤病就是说对于说一个即将就是说对举重失去信心的一个队员来说，真的说08年是说相对说给我就是说就举重又打开了第2扇门，所以说再次选择了坚持下去，是这样的。所以说就是在没有任何准备的情况下就参加这次亚锦赛吧，所以说相对于说不是太完美，也就是对自己的要求不是很高吧。
Actually, it bothers me a lot. At that time, I was very young. In 2004 and 5, I was young and very competitive in my mind, in my heart at that time. However, I was also bothered with injury. I was kind of losing my confidence to continue to practice weightlifting at that time. In 2008, during the Asian Championships, I'm not well prepared. However, in 2008, I finally is able to continue to practice weightlifting until now.
Now, Wei, you have not placed lower than first in an international competition since 2014. Now, that includes 4 Worlds and the Olympics in Rio. With such a streak, with so many wins, how do you stay motivated?
阿威自2014年以来，你在国际赛场上一直都是冠军，包括你获得过4个世锦赛的冠军，还有里约奥运会的冠军，那你获得了这么多的冠军，那你是如何保持你这个动力的？是什么样的动力来一直激励你的？
因为喜欢吧，然后因为自己心里面一直有一个梦想吧，所以一直坚持朝着这个目标在努力。
Because I like it, and because I've always have a dream, and to realize this dream, I insist on my practicing of weightlifting.
Okay. Now, with your latest World Championships, my favorite picture from the championship in Pattaya is you with your family on the podium after the medal ceremony. Do you think that your children know kind of what you do and at what level you do it? Like, do they appreciate that you're a world champion and all those things?
那么小军，你最近参加的这次在芭提雅的这个世锦赛上，那我最喜欢的一张照片就是在那次世锦赛上，你和你的家人站在领奖台上的那一张合影。那你认为你的孩子知不知道你是做什么的？那还有你取得这些成绩，你觉得你的孩子他们知道你是世界上最优秀的运动员之一吗？
可能的话，我的大女儿吧，大女儿她会知道，因为可能相当于说每天在从小的时候，因为就可能带着她去训练馆看我训练，还有就是在她妈妈的指导下，就是帮她讲述就是我的这些就是举重的一些故事，举重的奥运会冠军，还有就是说每一场比赛吧，她都在看，包括现在也是一样。现在虽然是上小学1年级了嘛，也是在 也是在同学之间吧。我爸爸是奥运会冠军，我爸爸是练举重的。他呢现在就是说，老大会理解一点的，所以说他相对于说对于这个举重他还是比较理解的。相对于说老二来讲的话，可能不知道，可能现在处于一个3岁的阶段，可能现在可能还是属于不懂事吧，就是说就知道能不能在电视上看见我爸爸他知道他想的是这个，是这样的，
So my big girl, and he has 2 daughters. The big girl knew, I think she knew what I'm doing, because when she was young, I've been taking her to competition venue, to training venue, and also her mom told her weightlifting stories about me and about Olympic Games champion, and she also followed each and every competition I competed. And also she is on the first year of the primary school, which is about 7 years old, and she is very proud to tell her team classmates that my father is Olympic champion, practice weightlifting. So I think she knew what I'm doing. But for my little girl, she's only 3 years old and too small to know what I'm really doing. But she's always hoping to see me on TV, to see my competing.
Perfect, thank you. Now, to both of you, China has so many great weightlifters, and anybody can win at Tokyo. When do you find out if you are going to Tokyo? And when will you know if you get the chance to go?
那这个问题是问你们2个的。大家都知道中国有这么多优秀的举重运动员，而东京的这个资格有限。但是中国的运动员只要能参加东京奥运会比赛，基本就一定会能拿冠军。那么你们什么时候能知道你们能获得参加东京奥运会的这个最终能确认你们自己能够参加东京奥运会呢？
我们中国优秀运动员确实是非常多，所以说这个我们没办法确定，只能说尽自己的努力吧，尽量去争取。
So you are right. There are indeed so many excellent weightlifters in China. So I just can say that I will try my best to be qualified to go to Tokyo.
Same?
东京奥运会怎么说呢？一直在努力，因为可能是从16年奥运会到2020年东京奥运会，可能相对于说，我希望自己在举重界吧，乃至全世界举重界，书写我自己的一个传奇。相对于说16年的失败也不算失败吧，相对于说，我希望这块金牌还是有机会。希望在东京奥运会上能够发2块金牌，所以说也是抱着这个目标吧，抱着这个信念，所以说我现在一直在坚持到东京奥运会。至于就是说我能否参加东京奥运会，前提是我自己必须先得努力争取吧，争取站在东京奥运会领奖台吧，
For me, actually, I've been working hard, training hard to go to Tokyo. And as you know, since the Rio Games in 2016 until the 2020 Tokyo Olympic Games, and I've been training very hard. And I hope I can create my own legend in weightlifting circle internationally. And in 2016, I was not able to get a gold, but I really hope I can get the gold medals in Tokyo. And that is the reason why I'm continue to practice weightlifting very hard, training very hard. And I hope I can participate in 3 Olympic Games in succession. And I need to make all my efforts first before knowing whether I can be qualified to go to Tokyo or not.
I'm not sure if I wrote this question, but if you can handle Paris, Los Angeles.
巴黎和洛杉矶奥运会有什么想法吗？巴黎2024，洛杉矶
相对来说，对于我个人来讲的话，是非常热爱这个举重。我希望呢，怎么说呢？对于，因为我现在还是就是国际奥委会运动委员会里面的一个成员，所以说，不管是以运动员的身份去参加巴黎奥运会，还是以那个哪个身份无所谓，主要是我就是自己希望就是说为全世界的举重，为中国的举重而服务。把我们这个就是全世界举重服务好，希望咱们这个举重就是在国际奥林匹克上，做到更纯洁、更干净、更好，更强。
I myself love weightlifting with passion, and for me, I hope I can be in Paris, no matter as an athlete or as an official. As you know, I am the committee member of the IWF Athlete Committee, and I hope myself I can serve not only Chinese weightlifting but also world weightlifting, so that we can see weightlifting can be kept within the Olympic Games program, and to make it a clean and better and stronger sport.
Same question. Paris, Los Angeles.
我
三届奥运会冠军。
He said you can be the champion for 3 Olympic Games.
我再看吧。现在最主要的其实就是先努力完成这一次东京奥运会，后面的2次再看吧。
Actually, we'll see. So the most important task for me now is to fight for Tokyo first, and for the later, we'll see. Yep.
Thank you very much for taking the time. We appreciate it. Back to you.
Now it's time for our tip of the week. We often talk about strength building exercises, but we aren't just a group of big muscles. Our mind is involved in every lift. With this week's tip of the week, South Africa's Mona Pretorius tells us about mental preparation and performance routines.
Hello everyone, my name is Mona Pretorius, and today for the tips of the week I am going to be talking to you about performance routines. Now, there is still a lot of uncertainty in the world of what's going on with travel restrictions and COVID. So we as athletes need to focus on the things that we can control. And one of the things that we can definitely focus on that we can control is our performance routines. Now, a performance routine is something that you can do either before your workout or before your competition, during your workout or during your competition, or after your workout and after your competition. And I'll be explaining what all 3 of those are in the next few minutes. So with a performance routine, okay, the first thing that you need to remember is every single athlete is different. So you cannot go and, for instance, copy someone else's performance routine, although you can actually grab some tips and ideas from elite athletes to have an idea of what their routines are, and then see if those routines will work for you. Just like your physical training, performance routines takes work. It's going to take a lot of practice for it to become automatic and for you to be able to do it without even thinking. Now, one of the benefits of performance routines is, firstly, it helps to create structure in an athlete's life. So when you have a routine, a specific set routine, this will help you to feel organized, you'll have structure, and in turn, this will also help the athlete build confidence. Now, a pre-training or pre-competition routine can consist of anything for example, it could be things like writing your workout in your training book if this is before training. It could be you making sure that all your training gear is packed the night before. This could be for a competition or for your training session. It could be you just making sure that you have everything set, ready to go for your competition. It could be taking an ice bath or going into the sauna the day before just for some relaxation, or reading a book before your competition. These are all performance routines that can help an athlete feel more relaxed, and then obviously for them doing this will then help them increase their performance as well, because they will go into their competition feeling a lot more relaxed. Now, during competition routine could be anything, for example, the way you tie your shoes. It could be little mantras. It could be anything from you saying a little prayer before you do your competition or before you start your warm-up. Obviously, again, every single person is different, so everyone will have their own specific routines. A post-training routine could be something like drinking your post-training shake, or doing some stretches or listening to music. These are all things that are specific to the athlete. And then obviously in return, like I said earlier, these are things that you can practice to help increase your performance and things that you can control.
Thanks for joining us for this week's edition of the Weightlifting Platform, brought to you by the Pan American Weightlifting Federation. If you like what you see here, please bookmark us here on YouTube. You can also like the IWF on Facebook or tweet out to the IWF. It's IWFNET on Twitter. I'm Richard Mason. Good lifting.